I know y'all watch. I know you've seen those TikTok videos. I know you've seen those TikTok videos of the wives saying, honey, I can't pay the mortgage this month. And he like, you won't pay the mortgage any month. And then I know you saw when that one person, that one content creator said, I want to see the 50-50 relationships. I want to see what that looks like. And then I know you watch those 50-50 videos. If you're new here, my name is Cynthia. Welcome to Heal the New Sexy. And I want to talk about the truth as it relates to 50-50 men. And let me go ahead and give a little disclaimer. I am not a hater of 50-50 men. I'm just talking about what I observed as a therapist watching these videos, okay? So if you're a man, I don't want you in my comments being mean or nasty, all right? I just want to talk about what I observed. And the truth that I observed in these videos was that those men are emotionally unavailable. Now, there could be many reasons why they're emotionally unavailable, but you may be saying, Cynthia, why would you link a 50-50 man to being emotionally unavailable? First, I want you to look at the response of those men to the women when they told them that they didn't have their half of the rent. They weren't compassionate. They weren't empathetic. They didn't even try to problem solve. But also, a man, right? And I hate when people say like a true man, but the truth of the matter is, if you have a man's heart, there is nothing that he will withhold from you, right? If you're a woman watching this, you know what a man really likes you, or you can think of a time where a man really liked you. There was nothing that he wouldn't give you. And if you happen to be a man watching this, even though I don't have many men that watch my channel, you know when you're really feeling a woman, or you can look back at a time where you were crazy about a girl and there was nothing that you wouldn't give to her. Nothing. But the truth of the matter is, these men, one, are emotionally unavailable, and also they're not vulnerable in their relationships. They are not vulnerable in these relationships. Now, I want to talk about what would cause a man to become 50-50, right? And I've come to this conclusion based off of what I've witnessed and also in my work with men, because I also work with men as it relates to therapy. And again, I want to emphasize that I don't think a 50-50 man is a bad man. In our society, we tend to make these blanket statements, right? So I see women talk about, oh, I want a provider man, or I would never be with a 50-50 man, and those type of things. And we kind of will characterize, will demonize certain behavior, right? So if a man is 50-50, you think he's a bad man. He may not be a bad man. The truth of the matter is, and this is from a place of honesty, and women, we have to be honest, a 50-50 man is created because somewhere, someone either manipulated him, took advantage of his kindness, or he observed other men or heard other men talk about how they were taken advantage of. So what he's doing is he's protecting that which is valuable to him. That's all it is. So somewhere he has been hurt, and he's made a decision that I'll never let a woman be able to take advantage of me in this way. So what happens is, when his hand is closed, his heart is also closed as well. Okay? Do you see the connection there? The same for women. When you are in a relationship, whatever resource you guard, it's because you've been hurt or injured in that area. So a 50-50 man is not 100% invested in the relationship. And the truth of the matter is, that woman, because we attract who we are, is not emotionally available as well. So that's why the two of them are together. Because two healthy people realize that a relationship is not 50-50. A relationship is 100-100. So we're going to bring all of what we have to this relationship. We're bringing all. So even if you want a provider man, you're still bringing all that you have to the relationship. You're not just being like, oh, I want a provider man. You know, what is it? His money is my money. My money is my money. No, because you're going to want to take care of him. You're going to want to spoil him. If you love is giving. It's a verb. So even if he does pay all the bills, you're still going to be trying to find ways and figure out ways to give to him. You are, right? Okay. And then the other part is, they're not vulnerable. A 50-50 man is not being vulnerable in his relationship, because he's not giving of all of himself. Relationships require all of you. Ain't that what, what's his name? Oh, the singer, All of Me. I'm sorry, y'all not a singer, right? But relationships require 100% of you. And so if you are dating a person, right? And let me go back and say something. But if you're dating a person and they're already saying to you that, you know, they want to be 50-50 if you move forward, then that's a red flag. I want you to explore that more. I want you to become curious as to why they're 50-50. Are they 50-50 because they have been injured in the past? Because you can't make your present pay for what your past did. And many of us do that. We move into new relationships and we've made vows in our heart about things we'll do or we won't do. So you have to check that. Okay. And I don't mean check that in a negative way or an aggressive way, but be curious like, okay, well, why do you want to do 50-50? Another thing that I think we kind of mess up in the dating is that, and I have a story to tell you, is that too early on, we're trying to make sure that this person meets a list of requirements before we move forward. So you want to ask the man about how much money he makes. You're trying to, you know, where do you work? And you're making these quick judgments about him and about his worth. And the truth of the matter is you're not paying attention to his character, if he's a man of integrity, if he's a man of his word. And so if you realize that, or you think, not realize, you think a man doesn't have money or you think he's broke or whatever, then you'll be quick to cut him off when really he can have a heart of gold. Okay. On this channel, I believe in being married. I desire to be married. I believe in healing. Is very important because you are the foundation of your relationship, right? And the quality of your relationships depend on the quality of you as a person. And just because you have a lot of money or a lot of education, that doesn't mean you are a quality person. All right. So let me tell you a story time. The other day, I got a phone call from a girlfriend. And she was like, girl, he don't got no money, da, 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 and he work here, da, 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 da. I was like, whoa. I was like, this is your first conversation. Do you really think he's going to tell you about his financial status in your first conversation? You really think he's going to do that? I said, I wouldn't do that. I would tell you I was broke too. Because this is the thing. We have to be honest. Some men have been financially abused. That's the truth. And we can't act like they haven't been. And there are other men who got married and they got divorced. And because of that, they may have paid child support or they may have having to give up their 401k. And I wasn't there. I'm not saying that woman didn't deserve that. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is men and women value different things in life and in relationships. Men value money. The world views a man with income very differently than the world views a man that doesn't have income. The world views a beautiful woman very differently than a woman who the world deems is not beautiful. We're all beautiful in the sight of the Lord. So please don't get mad at me. But that's the truth. So when we come to the relationships, we value two different things. A man wants a beautiful woman. He does. And a woman wants a man that has the ability to provide for her and their children. That's the truth. Okay? But if we are going to have lasting relationships, we have to move from the very superficial list to being very intentional about how we're dating and getting to know people and how we're vetting them. You want a man that's emotionally available to you, and you want a man that is vulnerable in the relationship, but you have to be those things. You have to be those things. And so if you meet a man and he's resource guarding, then you have one or two choices. You can be curious about that, especially if you believe that he's a very good man, but maybe there's an injury somewhere and that's not your responsibility to help him heal. But you can say, hey, we've been having conversations. I really enjoy you. I think you are a fantastic man. But this right here is an issue for me because I feel like you are making me pay for something that someone else did. And vice versa. Because we as women do the same thing. Right? So I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love to hear from you in the comments. Please keep it respectful in the comments though. Please. Because on this channel, I really want to build healthy women. And I want us to have healthy romantic relationships. Okay? So I'll see you later. Bye-bye.